Wanted to point out poison ivy because with this wet season, poison ivy is doing very well. The birds spread it. Even if you are pretty sure you don't ever have had poison ivy, this year you might, because the birds love the berries and then their droppings spread the seeds. So if you have birds, you may well have some poison ivy. It's worth knowing what it looks like, and this is it. Right here, leaves of 3, leave it be. That's what they say. These leaves are not exactly smooth on the edges. They tend to have a few serrations, but not always. But this is the poison ivy. The leaves are rather shiny, especially if the sun's on them. And right now you'll find small poison ivy, which often looks like little baby maple trees, which are also coming up right now. If you've had maple trees, you've had the little maple airplanes flying around. Now you have maple seeds that are starting to come up. Wear gloves when you weed, because if you don't, you'll probably have poison ivy between your fingers. Been there, done that. You don't want it. But there's another plant that's coming up now that also has leaves of 3, and that's Jack in the Pulpit in the same areas. And this is a younger Jack in the Pulpit, and here it is with the Jack in the Pulpit. And so you want to leave your Jack in the Pulpit because they're a nice native plant, but you want to get rid of the poison ivy. So learn the difference. This has very smooth edges generally and just is a different look to it. So it's nice if you can identify it. The poison ivy can be killed with spray or weeded out with gloves, but be careful what you touch with those gloves after you've touched the poison ivy. If you happen to reach up and touch your face, you'll have poison ivy on your face. You say, I've never had poison ivy. Well, if you get it once, you'll probably get it again and again and again. It seems to be the way it goes. I had never had it until one year. I got it all over my legs, and now if I touch it, I do get it. I don't have as severe a reaction as some. There are some people that end up on steroids every time they get it. So you do want to avoid it. It's one of our most toxic plants as far as skin reactions. There are other plants that can give you a rash, and some will even burn. But poison ivy is kind of throughout the environment in this area at times, and because it is spread by the birds, it can come up just about anywhere. So weed with caution.